you are writing it in the form of capital omega. Okay. So both cutoff frequencies and passband frequencies are same. Okay. So passband frequency generally it is an arbitrary attenuation, but when it is cutoff frequency, then their gain of 3 dB is considered. So in this case, since passband frequency is given as cutoff frequencies, so cutoff frequency and passband frequencies are considered as same. So we are converting it into omega. Okay, absolute frequency is f. So we are converting into omega, that is radian. So it is 2 pi multiplied with 2 pi. Okay. Then similarly, the stop band frequency is converted into radians, okay, multiplied with 2 pi, and sampling frequency is considered as this 1 by 5000. Okay. So 1 by 5000 hertz. So it is this. Now next step is you have to pre-warp the digital frequency. This is the steps needed, because when you convert these to digital frequencies, then frequency will be changed. Okay, it will be reduced. So in order to avoid this warping, so pre-warping is done. So that means initially you have to set the analog frequency so that when you will convert it into digital, it will not change. Okay. So uh, it will not change from the desired one. So uh, omega, according to the formula we discussed, that analog frequency relation between analog frequency and digital frequency is 2 by t tan omega p by 2. So omega p is in digital form. So but your given specification is in analog form, so you have to convert it analog to digital. So we use this formula omega p is equal to the omega p dash into t. Okay, so this is the steps needed. So once it is converted into digital frequency, then the required analog frequency will be given by this formula 2 by t tan omega p by 2. Okay, so omega p dash is changed to omega pre-warp, is pre-warp to omega p. Then likewise we do for the stop band frequency. Okay, then we see that your base filter is low pass filter. Okay, so this is the low pass filter. Okay, and specifications, low pass filter specifications, but your filter is to be high pass filter. So you see that its spectrum is changing. Now how to convert this low pass to high pass? By means of replacing the variable s with omega c by s. Okay, it is given here omega c by s. Okay, then order of the filter he has initially calculated is 0.9. So next value is 1. So accordingly, that means it is first order filter, Butterworth filter, first order Butterworth filter with this it is normalized. Okay, so you have to unnormalize it. Okay, and change to high pass filter. So it means omega c by s. S should be replaced by this value 7265 divided by s. Okay. Then you change the variable s by with this. So low pass will be converted to high pass, and according to the bilinear transformation method, that is s is equal to 2 by t 1 minus z inverse 1 plus z inverse. Okay, hs should be changed to hz, and finally we get this expression hz. So this is the method how bilinear transformation is used to convert one analog filter to digital filter, and also not only analog to digital but also one type of filter to other type of filter, like low pass to high pass, low pass to band pass. So always it should be written in the form of prototype filter. Then you can convert it into any desired kind of filter. So now this was the discussion on bilinear transformation. then matched Z transform, another technique. So in all the previous cases, we have considered that the poles are there in the transfer function. But if zeros are there in the transfer function, then how will you treat this? Okay. So in that case, you see that the transfer function Hs is in the form of ratios of numerator and denominator, where numerator consists of the factorized poles, zeros, and denominator are factorized poles. Okay. So products of all zeros and products of all poles and their ratio. So using the relation, okay, that z is equal to e to the power st, okay, that is the Laplace transform is converted into Z transform with this relation, Z is equal to e to the power st. So using that, okay, you see that Hs is converted to Hz with this format. Okay, so you see how it is. I have given the notes. Okay, how the poles and zeros are this thing are converted. Okay, so now uh, here here this is the all regarding the IIR filter design. Okay, so do you have any questions from this part?
No, sir.
Very fast, otherwise you cannot finish the syllabus. So now we'll go to the second part. Okay, so this PPT I have uploaded already. You just go through it, and we have quiz on this 5th November. Okay, so on this module. So let me see whether it can be finished or not within that before that. So uh, now I will switch to other module, other part of this module. Okay, that is design of FIR filter. So design of FIR filter, you see what are the topics are there. That is symmetric and anti-symmetric FIR filters, linear phase FIR filters using Windows, okay, and sampling methods. Some part we cannot cover it. So let us see that what is FIR filter and what is linear phase FIR filter. Do you have any idea about linear phase system? What do you mean by linear phase? Harshvardhan?
Sir, when we were doing experiment of filter, sir, we saw the phase response. Therefore,
Hmm.
linear phase response, it was like a straight line. We got the phase response.
Straight line means what? It is constant or decreasing?
Sir, it was constant, sir. No, sir, it was increasing, sir. Like it was increasing till some phase, then again decreasing, then increasing, but in a straight line manner.
Anybody else who have now the ideas about linear phase filter, linear phase system? We have studied lot many things. What do you mean by linear phase and why it is required? It's very important characteristics in signal processing. Suppose you send many signals, okay, with different frequencies to one filter. Let us say it is simply RC low pass filter. So does the phase change for all the frequencies? Is the phase dependent on frequency? Anybody?
No, sir.
Phase is not dependent on frequency. Anybody please respond. When we derive frequency the gain and phase, okay, gain and phase of a filter, gain obviously changes over frequencies, but at the same time phase of a particular frequency also changes. You see the graph here, okay, frequency versus phase for a simple RC low pass filter. Gain changes as well as phase changes. Okay. So what we need that this change of phase should be linear with respect to frequency. Change of phase should be linear with respect to frequency. And what is the outcome of this? Is that group delay will be constant. What do you mean by group delay? What do you mean by group delay? Group delay means the delay for individual frequencies. If there are many frequencies are many signals with different frequencies are in there, then the delay for all those frequencies should be constant, same. Otherwise, when you will get the output, it will be distorted. So delay when you pass signals through one system, the system provides some delay, okay, to those signals. The system may be any kind of device, like it may be one filter also. So always they provide some delay. Now those delay for individual frequencies should be same. Suppose two persons are talking, okay, with different frequencies, one gents, one lady, then they have different frequencies. But when their sounds or speech goes through some medium, then they undergo some delay. But if their delay are not same, then their speeches will be distorted. We cannot distinguish those two speech. So to have constant delay, constant group delay. Basically, group delay means when group of frequencies are transmitting, many frequencies are transmitting, then delays for at each frequency should be same, constant. Otherwise, output will be distorted. Okay. So basically, for audio processing and many other cases, digital communications. Okay. In digital communication, we transmit analog signals, and square waves are there. So square wave consists of many sine waves. Okay, so all those sine waves should undergo with same delay. Okay, so this is very important in case of audio applications and digital communications, that linear phase filter where it provides constant group delay. Okay. Now I don't have much time to discuss all because we are not so lacking of time. Okay, so Now here I have just given many concepts. Okay, I have tried to clarify many doubts, many concepts in this note. Just go through it. Okay, and I'll jump to the FIR system. Okay. Now here you must see you must know one property of linear phase, that is how what mathematically how it is described, that theta is proportional to frequency. Okay, theta, this phase should be proportional to frequency. Theta varies as omega. That is the so as frequency changes, then phase changes linearly. And if you use the constant alpha, then theta is equal to alpha omega. Okay. Now, how this is coming, it is described well in this note. Okay. As you can see here, that we considered the delay tau. Okay. Here it is described tau. Same delay for two frequencies omega 1 and omega 2, and two phases theta 1 and theta 2. Okay. For two frequencies omega 1 and omega 2. But I have kept the delay tau same for these two frequencies. So this is very much needed. So linear phase means theta varies as omega. So this is how it is shown mathematically, that theta varies as omega, or theta is equal to alpha omega. Now FIR system. The FIR system is useful for providing linear phase characteristics. IIR system is not that much good for providing linear phase. Here see that you can see that FIR filters, there is a requirement. When there is a requirement of linear phase within the pass band, the filter, then you must employ FIR filters. Although IIR filters have other advantages like implementation and lower side lobes. In IIR system, side lobe is lower, okay, but FIR system has higher side lobes. But IIR system phase is not linear. Okay. But advantage is implementation is easy for IIR system. So some comparison is there with FIR and IIR filter. We must go through this. Okay. Then I explain how the linear phase is achieved within using FIR filters. So FIR filter technique, first we will see what is the basic mathematics. Okay. And next we will see how it could be implemented, how the filter would be implemented. So there are methods like windowing technique. Okay. Suppose there is uh, uh, we have many the frequency response, the impulse response is quite large. Okay, means it exists over a large number of samples. Then we just window it to some conventional method like rectangular window, Hamming window. Okay, so with that we can have this linear phase characteristics. Okay. But before that, let me show what is the basic mathematics using linear phase. So for that, you have to understand the impulse response that we have already seen. That is Hn. Okay, Hn is what? Hz. Hz is impulse response of Hn. Okay. So and finite impulse response means the impulse response is limited to certain sample numbers. Okay. So let us say there are n number of samples starting from n is equal to 0. N is equal to 0. Starting from n is equal to 0 and n number of samples. So n goes from 0 to n minus 1. Summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1. Then Hn z to the power minus n. Okay, so this hn is impulse response, and z, this is coming from the theory of z transform. Okay, so at the same time, if you consider the Fourier transform, so because we need to relate the frequency with phase, so we consider the Fourier transform also. That is h omega is equal to 0 to n minus 1 hn e to the power minus j omega n. Okay. Now, which is periodic with period 2 pi. Okay. So h omega we can write in the form of hr omega, that is magnitude and phase part. hr omega into e to the power j theta omega. This theta omega is what it represents the phase angle of a particular harmonics. Okay, particular harmonics omega, particular frequency omega, with their magnitude hr omega. Okay, so now that is described here, that hr omega is the magnitude response and theta omega is the phase response. Now, what is phase delay? That is theta is equal to alpha omega, that we have seen. Now alpha is what? Theta by omega. Okay. It may be positive or negative. So if you consider that theta is phase is linearly increasing, then theta is equal to plus alpha omega. If you consider theta is linearly decreasing, then it is minus alpha omega. This is the slope. Okay, this is the slope. So this alpha is nothing but the delay, okay, theta by omega. So this phase delay is theta by omega, and here alpha in terms of this we have discussed that theta is equal to minus of alpha omega. Okay, so now we put over there that the Fourier transform n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 hn e to the power minus j omega n and hr omega into e to the power j theta omega. Now we consider both the imaginary and real part. So both exponential term is there. Okay, so we consider cos parts, that is real parts, and the sine parts. So hn, so if you dissolve to the power minus j omega n, so it is cos omega n minus j sine omega n. Similarly here cos theta omega minus sine theta omega for left hand part and right hand part. So both we are equalizing. Okay, so we get that summation hn cos omega n is equal to hr omega to cos theta omega. Similarly, therefore imaginary part is summation hn sin omega n is equal to hr omega sin theta omega. So both now you divide these two, okay, these two part, these two equations. Okay, so what happens? It is summation hn cos omega n divided by minus summation hn cos omega n. This minus because it is minus e to the power minus j omega n, and cos theta omega divided by sin theta omega. HR will cancel out. Now in place of theta omega, we can write minus alpha omega, that we have already assumed initially. And sine of minus omega, alpha omega, is sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Okay, so this minus minus will cancel out. Okay, then writing properly as summation hn cos omega and sin alpha omega, that is equal to summation hn sin omega n into cos alpha omega. So now they can be written in terms of sine A minus B. Sine A by minus B means what? Is cos A sine B minus sine A cos B. Okay. So with this is the formula that summation Hn sine alpha minus n into omega, that is equal to 0. In the left hand side, what we can see that directly it's the same thing is shown, but here it is written in the form of theta. Okay, theta plus omega n, because here we have, it is same thing, here we have replaced theta by r minus alpha omega. Okay, but and here also it is written theta is minus alpha omega at the end. So and finally the same equation is obtained. This Hn is equal to sine alpha minus n into omega, that is equal to 0. Okay. So do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what we have done till now, we have compared the Fourier transform, okay, of the impulse response with this equation, general formula for any frequency domain signal. Okay. So now next we start by dissolving this equation. Okay. It tells that summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 Hn sine alpha minus n into omega, that is equal to 0. So now if you vary this n from 0 to n minus 1, okay, some important feature you can extract out, that sine what you consider the parameter sine, that sine alpha, then sine alpha minus 1 into omega, sine alpha minus 2 into omega, and at the same time h, the impulse response is also h0, h1, h2, okay, and it goes up to hn minus 1, and sine term is also goes from 0 to n minus 1, alpha minus n minus 1. Now if, and this sum of the whole series is equal to 0. So sum of the whole series is equal to 0. That means there are terms like h n that range from 0 to n minus 1, and also at the same time sine terms is there. So which terms actually make the whole equation 0? That is the important thing. So we can see that sine alpha, we know that sine uh, minus theta, okay? Sine minus theta is equal to, sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Okay. So here you can see that I have written some notes at some corners, that if this, if you assume that this impulse response, okay, it is symmetric with respect to some middle term, that is n minus 1 by 2, okay, like this, you can see the impulse response with a like hn here there is a plot is shown for hn here it is 0, at n is equal to it is having this value, after this value, then this, okay, at the middle it is this one, and at the end it is this. So this summation, what is the equation, that if we assume that this equation 5 will be 0 when hn is equal to hn minus 1 minus n and alpha is equal to n minus 1 by 2. Okay. So that means it is here you can see I have written that due to sine terms, that sine minus theta is equal to sine minus sine theta. Half of the terms in the series after the center of symmetry will have equal and opposite magnitudes to the previous half terms. So एक में अगर से इसका वैल्यू 5 है H0 sin alpha, then उसके कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग मतलब n माइनस 1 बाई 2 के बाद जो टर्म है वो भी होगा वैल्यू लेकिन -5 हो जाएगा क्योंकि साइन माइनस थीटा इज इक्वल टू माइनस साइन थीटा हो जा रहा है. सो इसके कारण क्या होगा, वो समेशन जो है वो 0 हो जाएगा. नाउ देयर आर टू केस when this n is odd and when n is even. Okay. So when n is odd, say let us say it is n is equal to 7. This number of samples n is equal to 7. So hn ranges from n is equal to 0 to n minus 1, that is 6. Okay. And say n is equal to n is even, so in that case n ranges from 0 to 5. So this you see that this both the case for n even and n odd, the impulse response should be symmetric. Okay. So hn is equal to 0 में जो है वो n is equal to 3 में वही है. That because n minus 1 by 2 is how much? That is 7 minus 1 by 2, that is 6 by 2, that is 3. So यहाँ से सिमेट्री हो जाएगा और ये रिपीट करेगा फिर n minus 1 से. So n minus 1 और n is equal to 0, h0 और hn minus 1 ये दोनों सेम है. सो ये इस और ये n इज ऑड के लिए है. इवन के लिए क्या है, सिमेट्री है n by 2 minus 1 से, n by 2 minus 1. सो n by 2 minus 1 क्या, n is equal to 6 है. सो 6 by 2 minus 1. So 3 minus 1, that is 2. Okay. So इस तरह से वो ओवरऑल समेशन 0 हो जाएगा, and then that time you can say that it will be a linear phase filter. So this was one condition of linear phase. Another condition can suitable, and you can assume that it is symmetric. We can say it is symmetric. Okay. Symmetric because it is symmetric with respect to n minus 1 by 2. Okay. Then another case is anti-symmetric case, and there also we can have linear phase characteristics. And how it is obtained, that so your equation was hn into sine alpha minus n into omega, and in that case we have assumed the phase theta to be minus alpha omega. Okay, minus alpha omega. Now if theta is, say, it is slightly different way, it is written that it is beta minus alpha omega, where this equation tells that it has both constant group delay and constant phase delay. Okay. So if this alpha is if this alpha omega is 0, let us say, okay, if alpha omega is 0, let us say, okay, or alpha is 0, let us say, then that means phase delay is 0, no delay. Only then theta omega will be what? It is beta. This is actually another phase. So, and this phase is constant for all frequencies. This phase is constant, is a constant value for all frequencies. So that time we would say that it is a constant phase delay system. In other case, if beta is 0 or simple, it is beta is as added is also with this factor, linear phase factor alpha omega. That time, if beta is constant and alpha omega is linearly changing, alpha is this thing. Okay, so in that case, it will also have the linear phase characteristics. So if we consider only the group delay is constant, so beta should be constant, okay, and alpha omega is linearly changing. So in that case, we just replace theta with this equation beta minus alpha omega, okay, and here you just see in this case sine theta plus omega n. Okay, theta plus omega n is, in place of theta we write beta minus alpha omega, okay, and omega n is already there, so it is this. So and say beta is equal to pi by 2, it is, we assume that the value of beta is constant, say pi by 2, then also we can write that it is sine pi by 2 minus alpha minus n omega. So it is hn into cos alpha minus n into omega, that is 0. So this is another condition of constant group delay, okay, or linear phase. Okay. So in that case, since cosine term is there, so for cosine term, you can see that cos of minus theta is what? What is the value of cos of minus theta?
Sir, cos theta.
Cos theta. So cos theta is there. So, but in that case, sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. So in that case, the impulse response was symmetric, okay, but in this case for cos alpha minus n or cos of theta, the hn should be antisymmetric in order to have this equation or summation to be 0. So hn अगर antisymmetric है, मतलब with respect to the center of symmetry, उसका वैल्यू इक्वल एंड ऑपोजिट होगा. सो इक्वल एंड ऑपोजिट होगा, तब क्या होगा, कॉस्ट टर्म तो सेम है, पॉजिटिव मतलब नेगेटिव नहीं हो रहा है. सो इनका इम्पल्स रिस्पॉन्स ऐसा होगा कि ओवरऑल समेशन 0 हो जाएगा. सो इस केस में एच एन को हम लोग लिख सकते हैं, एच एन इज इक्वल टू माइनस ऑफ एच एन माइनस 1 माइनस एन, and center of symmetry is n minus 1 by 2. n minus 1 by 2 के रेस्पेक्ट में उसके पहले और बाद में जो भी इम्पल्स रिस्पॉन्स का वैल्यू है वो इक्वल एंड ऑपोजिट होगा और उस पॉइंट में 0 होगा सेंटर ऑफ सिमेट्री में. सो यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे एक एग्जाम्पल है n इजिकल टू ऑड के लिए, n इजिकल टू ऑड के लिए ये इस तरह का है इम्पल्स रिस्पॉन्स, दिस वन देन दिस वन, पहले पॉजिटिव फिर नेगेटिव फिर जीरो हो रहा है फिर इंक्रीज कर रहा है। सो n इजिकल टू 0 में जो वैल्यू है, n इजिकल टू 6 में उसका वैल्यू इक्वल बट ऑपोजिट है, बिकॉज hn इजिकल टू माइनस h ऑफ n माइनस वन माइनस n, इसमें n इजिकल टू 0 कर दोगे तो hn इजिकल टू माइनस h ऑफ n माइनस वन है। So n minus 1 मतलब से n is equal to 7, so n minus 1 6 है, so 0 में जो वैल्यू है n is equal to 0 में जो वैल्यू है 6 में वही वैल्यू रहेगा बट नेगेटिव, whereas in the previous case, in this case n is equal to 0 में जो वैल्यू है सेम वैल्यू n is equal to 6 में होना चाहिए इम्पल्स रिस्पॉन्स में। so ये भी एक क्राइटेरिया है लीनियर फेज ऑब्टेन करने का। और इवन के केस में क्या होगा, ये भी एंटीसिमेट्रिक, एंटीसिमेट्रिक मतलब इक्वल एंड ऑपोजिट। इवन के केस में भी सेंटर ऑफ सिमेट्री में 0 नहीं होगा वैल्यू, यहाँ पे 0 है, लेकिन सेंटर ऑफ सिमेट्री में भी इक्वल एंड ऑपोजिट होगा। ठीक है, 2 में जो वैल्यू है 3 में उसका ऑपोजिट वैल्यू होगा। सो ओवरऑल जो समेशन होगा इसका वो 0 हो जाएगा। सो ये इस तरह से इम्पल्स रिस्पॉन्स को हम लोग चूज करके, इम्पल्स रिस्पॉन्स को चूज करके हम लोग लीनियर एफआईआर फिल्टर डिजाइन कर सकते हैं। सो ये दोनों तरीका है। सो नाउ नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इट विल बी ऑन दिस सिमेट्रिक एंड एंटी-सिमेट्रिक एफआईआर फिल्टर and some mathematical analysis also. We'll see. Okay, anybody wants to discuss anything?
No, sir.
Anybody else? So there will be fourth quiz on this 5th November. Have you seen the notice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So all of you are saying that all are you are getting 10, 10, 10. So you are very much excellent. How you are doing? How you are getting these full marks? It looks good, but I don't know whether it is real or not. Imaginary or real? What is it? Are you getting the questions papers or what? Are you able to solve those questions? Harsvardhan,
Yes, sir.
how you are getting 10? Not you, means all.
Sir, I don't know about others, sir. I prefer your slides and prepare, sir.
Okay, for today, and I want to take one extra class tomorrow in the second half. It is possible? Is it possible?
Sir, 1 second, I'll seconds. Sir, tomorrow tomorrow after 5:30 we are free.
After 5:30. Okay. So then we will have one class definitely in that time. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.